Merry Christmas and hello everyone. This is Lauren Doll and I'm here with a surprise. Here is Cardi B's luxury strategy. In other words, how to manifest sexiness with feminine abundance. This is something that I have had under wraps for quite some time. I actually brought it up to one of my last coaches and they totally did not think this was a good idea. But thankfully, I was able to take their wisdom at the time and apply it because it made sense. But now this is just, it's so perfect. I am so thankful for the gift of Cardi B's Money video. This is all based on Cardi B's Money video. I am not using her audio in here. You know what that video looks like. Go look it up. But there will be screenshots in here. And I do not have copyrights to those. I'm simply using those. So yeah, but vibe with me for a minute. So who am I? My name is Lauren. You see that cute little chocolate chick on the screen? That's me with the little button, Lilo and Stitch nose and shit. And my little thick ass doing something on the wall. So I'm 33 years old. I'm going to be turning 34 very soon. I was born and raised in New York City, born in Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to Brookdale Hospital. And raised in Staten Island, a place where your parents make you live when they don't want you to do hood rat things with your friends as a teenager. I was always a very intelligent, strategic, high-thinking individual, but I was also extremely emotional and intuitive. And I grew up in a really Christian household, so I didn't know what to do with that, especially because I struggled to even feel connected to God. I knew He existed. I knew that Jesus was my Lord and Savior, but I just had no connection no matter what I did, and I fought for it. Well, let's just say that there's a whole lot of things that happened between my childhood and now, and I have learned to fully embrace myself. These pictures that you're looking at are pictures of me. As you can see, I do not have perfect eyebrows. I don't even think to brush my eyebrows. I have a semi-wide as hell forehead, and I'm not skinny as hell. And as you can tell, I'm black. I mean, I'm Afro-Latina, but you're going to notice that I'm black before you notice anything else. But I'm proud of who the hell I am. And I'm proud of where I'm going. So in terms of where I am with this and the relevance, let's move right along. I am a brand strategist. I am a life coach. I am an erotic romance author. I am a copywriter. I am a ghostwriter. If you have Googled me, you will have seen my name all over the internet doing all kinds of things since I adopted the name Lauren Doll in 2004 after a breakup. I was 19 years old. That was the first time I think I embraced the fact that I was pretty because I grew up feeling fat, black, and ugly as ever, as Biggie said. And I don't know, like things happened. And long story short, I had to learn to love myself completely and truly. And that meant embracing a really taboo, provocative, sexy, feminine, dark, robust, sensual, nasty side that I wasn't supposed to own as a goddaughter of a pastor. You know what I'm saying? And to knock it off, like even crazier, I was a virgin until well after I graduated high school. So it was like I had this intense sexual energy and I had this big insecurity about myself and my body and who I was. But the more I tried to hide it, the more it backfired. And I just got to this point in my life where I just embraced it. And ever since I embraced it, women have helped me learn that my job is to help them embrace it too on some level. So in general, this is my mission statement. I was just thinking out loud to myself earlier this year, you know, all I'm trying to do is make $25,000 a month, then $25,000 a week. Be a good, slutty housewife, MILF, and have natural hair hanging to my ass, travel the world, and help my husband stack these millions. What I was doing when I did this was speaking things into existence. At the time, I was dealing with a horrible breakup. I had just met the guy that I'm currently with now. And hey, if we're in the future and I'm not with him, for whatever reason, just know I genuinely probably cared a lot. So, and it was what it was. But yeah, I was with I met the guy I was with now. I'm with now. I had just like really started to realize the last relationship was over. I lost a lot of friends over the past 2 to 5 years trying to find myself. And I was just on some, listen, it's time for me to like redo life. I need to do this differently. I was like, just turning 33, well into my Jesus year, as I called it. And I was like, I can't let another year go by without my life not making sense. So I truly embraced every aspect of who I was and what I did, from designing for pole dance and sexy brand fitness and beauty clients with luxury, like you see in the top left corner, or my audiobook, Feminine Client Attraction Secrets, which you can find on Audible, or, the bottom right, the We Are Toronto belongs to Toronto Creativepreneur, Entrepreneurs.com. I did some branding work for them. And then that's part of the cover for a romance brand I helped do some support with. So with that being said, I have a pretty extensive background in a lot of things that pertain to creative media, writing, relationships. I was also a magazine editor. For those of you who remember J'adore magazine, there was that. Like I've done a lot, and a lot of what I've done was me trying to do what I'm going to tell you guys about today. So I just wanted to kind of give you a background on me. And now, for those of you who are like, okay, that's nice, but why should I listen? Here you go. So I have an Aquarius sun and moon, and I was already born on the Aquarian and Capricorn cusp. But I have a Capricorn rising and stellium, especially in Mercury, and I think that makes me completely crazy about like my time and having it respected. But my Venus and Mars are in Pisces, and that just means I'm spiritually self-sculpted and into perfectionism. Like, my entire chart goes from Scorpio to Aquarius through Pisces. There is nothing for Scorpio on my planetary placements. Like, of course, if you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. But basically, like, I thought about it and I was like, wow, you have to really, really co-create that and be really, really a control freak to do that, Lauren. And I have to admit, hey, it is what it is, but it's working out, isn't it? I'm also an INTJ, Myers-Briggs personality. That means I am an architect. I think too much. I think all the time. And that's good, because I have time to think of the things like what I'm about to tell you. Strategies that disrupt the things in your life that need to go. I'm a manifesting generator. I have a friend who does human design. And basically, it just means that I can create anything so long as I believe I'm capable of having it and remain focused enough to see it through. It's a big part of why I'm so quick to cut people off if they are getting in my energy, because I can actually tell the difference between when you're financially disrupting my life or when you're spiritually disrupting my life just by your presence, by the things that manifest in my life. And I can point them out in you too. You'll hate me because I can point them out. But I'm right, and you will know it. And when you are truly ready to change, you will come to me to help you adjust that. Now, all of this plus my personality, career, educational, life experiences, and the energy I'm in means I'm aligned AF. I am ready to take you on this journey to understand why the Cardi B Money video was the best manifestation video you will have ever seen, and how to take advantage of that, especially if you look like me. And by look like me, that means you probably weigh not what society says you're supposed to weigh. Your butt is bigger than what society says your butt is supposed to look like. People think you Photoshop stuff that you didn't Photoshop. You get stopped at the airport because people think that you have fake hair, like something that happened to me earlier this year. Or people just feel like you have too much confidence for being not societally attractive. I'm not going to, specify any one group, because I'm marginalizing nobody right now. I need my message heard. So, especially that, So if you are comfortable being yourself, or you want to be more comfortable being yourself, understand that I've probably been there, done that, and have several t-shirts, and I'm trying to help you not take 10 to 34 years to figure out that you are the answer to all of your problems. Now, One of my most powerful values, thanks to the Divine Feminine Oracle, is that sexual energy is sacred and my pleasure is a prayer that brings me to life. So let me get you in the zone right now. We're going to set an energetic foundation for this conversation. I know that you want me to get straight to the point, but what you need to understand is that if you do not listen to every word that I'm channeling right now, you're not going to understand the depth of the richness of the material that I'm about to bless you with. Because somebody's going to hit me up and tell me you shouldn't have given this away for free. And I'm going to be like, yes, I should have, because if I do nothing else, I left this here. It is an impact. It cannot be taken away. And as long as you put aside whatever you don't like about what I say and take what works and apply it, it changes your life. I've done God's will. I'm happy. That's what matters to me. I'm on this earth doing what I do because when I make my creator happy and I make myself happy, the universe responds to me, and it gets easier and easier, and I want it to be easier and easier for you because I've been in your situation and I'm still going through my own things, but I'm determined to be on the other side. And if part of my blessing does require me to invest in you as well, I'm going to do that. I can't be by your side every single day, but you can listen to this every single day as much as you need to. And that to me is better than any other Christmas present once you understand what I'm doing right now. So own your sexual energy. Put yourself in a space where you're truly ready to own every aspect of your sexual energy without inhibition. Don't, close off anything. Allow yourself to feel. It's hard for me to feel because I hate to feel sometimes, but I know it's important now. And I know that it's not a weakness. I'm actually going to show you how to turn that shit into strength. And it was that one curse that I said I wasn't going to say because I want to keep this as clean as possible for the sake of anybody who needs to heal through what I'm about to say. So please. So the energetic foundation. These are the values that I stand on. I'm standing before you right now. And I'm telling you that if you are here and you vibe with these things, you are in the right place. I believe in financial independence. I believe that even if you have a job, you should still have some kind of income that is not, dependent upon your time. Because I also believe in generational wealth. You cannot build generational wealth on 40 hours a week alone. I believe in feminine abundance, especially for women of color. All women have things that they have to work through in their energy and in their cellular history about money and value and sex appeal and gendernomics and the interplay of financial, economics, relationships, sexuality, culture, and value. But at the end of the day, you know what? All women who have history here in America, whatever side you are on, feminine abundance is something that we can all work on. Spiritual foundation. I will not declare a spiritual lineage right now on this recording because what I'm about to say has nothing to do with anybody's religion, but it has to do with your soul and your heart. You do not even have to believe in any spirits to do what I'm about to tell you. So this is that deep to me. It's really all about you, and I'm going to save you hundreds of thousands of dollars and years of garbage happening in your life if you just listen to me. If you are hard-headed and ignore me, don't be mad when you listen when it's a little too late. Can't help you. I also believe in emotional foundation. I believe I'm meant to say emotional freedom and intelligence. But hey, that's what a foundation is anyway, freedom and intelligence. I believe that I don't care what society says. I feel like you get to make a choice to say, listen, just because I'm a woman doesn't mean that I don't have control of my emotions. Or just because I'm a man doesn't mean I don't feel emotions. It's whatever you decide. That's just it. But I believe in being intelligent enough to think through your emotions. Again, I am an Aquarius. That means I am an intellectual thinker. I am a water bearer. People say there is no such thing as the bottom of the ocean. However, if there were something that could contain the bottom of the ocean and beyond, an Aquarius would figure it out, which means I can hold an extreme depth of emotional and psychological and energetic information just because. And the fact that I'm intelligently designed and divinely designed with all of that Piscean energy in my emotional planets just makes it even stronger. I have that Capricorn energy, so I'm going to channel it into a way that makes money and transforms mankind without stressing me out, because sometimes it gets to be too much. See, I understand myself. Do you understand yourself? That's pretty much where I'm getting at. So then there's sexual energy and agency. I believe that your sexual energy is your most creative, God force creative energy. And whether you are a man or a woman, if you can own the fact that you are a sexual person and that it's okay, you can own the fact that you are a sexual person who gets to control how and when and with who and where and why and at what time and under what methodology you employ all of that creativity. Because if you have a lot of sexual creativity that you can channel into something that's beyond lovemaking and physically expending your energy into that, not that there's anything wrong with that, you can actually really get some stuff done, because that's exactly what I'm doing right now is I'm sexually transmuting my energy. I am tired of people declaring to be brand strategists, life coaches, and all kinds of people, and they don't understand, or quite simply put, won't touch the context of sexual energy because they fear it's going to make them unprofessional. Well, listen, if that were the case, we need to consider why there's so much going on in today's society with people and boundaries with women. We have a lot to work on in general. If we understood our sexual energy, we would stop taking, these malicious ways to express it. And that's all I'm going to say, because I'm not even trying to turn it into that kind of conversation. But I believe that everybody, man, woman, whatever you choose to identify as, you have a choice in owning your sexuality, your sensuality, your masculine energy, your feminine energy, whatever your energy is, your soul energy. It's 5:55 p.m. right now while I say this. You have a right to be yourself. You have a right to be yourself and to exist to be yourself and to get paid to be yourself and to be praised to be yourself. You have a right to be seen, heard, respected, and paid. You do not need to continue to live a life overworked, overwhelmed, overqualified, and underpaid, underemployed, and uninsured about the future. It does not make sense anymore. So please listen to me when I say this. At 5:55, you are worthy of everything that you ever want in life. And there is nothing that anybody can do to deny you your worthiness, so long as you focus on loving yourself to the highest freaking frequency and on the highest possible level. This is so important because you have no idea how much you've been trained that you have no right to love yourself. And I don't care who's watching. You've been told that you're not enough, or that there's something you can't have because you're not enough. It could be a girl you want to date. It could be a guy you want to, marry. It can be your ex that you can't get over. It could be a job that you want to have. It can be anything, a position, a client, a resource, anything. Whatever it is, you have these beliefs and it's your job to remove them. And when you start to own yourself the way these energetic foundations require you to own yourself, you become a better person. Another thing I believe in is residual income. That means you work very strategically and diligently and you apply yourself. And sometimes that may require a little bit of exertion. But once you set your system or foundation up or your product up, there is an infinite return on investment. And when I go to work, there's a certain number of hours I can only max out at before I can't work no more. And when I max out at work, guess what? Unfortunately, my check don't max out to the same proportionate level that my energy did. And because of that, I've learned that, listen, I love my job. I'm so blessed and grateful to have my job. But I can't give 1,000% of myself to a situation that is not going to give me that proportionate ROI. So I have to adjust. That's where passive income products come in. That's where real estate comes in. That's where stocks, bonds, investments come in. That's where a lot of things come in. Like for me, I write erotic romance books. So I write these crazy books that I write when I have these wild sexual fantasies about stuff that don't make sense for me to, have fantasies about. But it is what it is. But actually, I met one of my best friends writing that book. And she actually became a client and actually helped change my life. And I believe in that. You never know. I believe in miracles and I believe in residual income. And I believe in those things because I believe that for a woman, the most powerful thing you can do is control your time freedom. When you have a child, the world looks at you differently. I don't have children yet. I do want children, but I want them, when I have a certain level of abundance set up for myself. But when you're a woman and you're struggling financially or you don't have an energetic foundation, you start to look at men as your financial, strategy. And, it goes both ways. I know men do the same thing. Like I'm talking to, let me just focus. Like just go with me right now. But basically, when everybody does this, when we lack resources for ourselves and we don't know what to do, we start looking at other people's pockets. And women, when people look at us and they see us with children and this, that, and the third, it doesn't matter what your race is. They look at you like, I don't know how many kids she has, but she got so many times to call the office about her child sick before we have to let her go. I have friends that have gotten fired because they needed to take care of their children. I have friends who have had to deal with not being fully supported by other people who were in their lives when the children were being born. There's so much that goes on with that. But when you control your money and you're financially independent and you have time freedom, what can anybody tell you? It doesn't matter when anybody thinks of you if, your life is truly better than theirs. No disrespect to anybody, because it's not to say that money means you're better than somebody. You can have money and be a complete jerk. But what I'm saying is this: if you are spiritually in tune, and if you are intuitively aware, and if you are perceptive and you are aware and you are living with purpose and from purpose and in love and believe in miracles and dodge the drama, and you tune into the blessings that are being bestowed upon you, you won't have time to respond or notice the stuff. Like it'll just be like a fly buzzing in your face, like out of your face, out of your way. And it won't matter what anybody says because you are divinely guided by yourself. And I'm going to show you how to get into that also. So take a deep breath because I'm finally done with my long rant. And now let's get into why we're going to talk about Cardi B. So I've been in the zone since October 24th. I really went through an interesting year. In 2016, I cracked the code to residual income with erotic romance books. I made about $26,000 that year alone in passive income, paid off debt, and basically took a year off life. I did exactly what I wanted to do for an entire year, including get a liquid motion certification, explore pole dance a whole lot more. I embraced myself for once, and it felt amazing to just be a young Black woman under 35. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't have to answer to nobody for an extended period of time. The last time I did that, I was actually a very financially dependent military wife. And I wanted to change that about myself, and I did. It cost me everything, but I did, and I'm like supremely proud of myself. And even though I wish certain things didn't happen the way they happened, I'm just in complete and utter peace because I totally love, trust, and accept myself. And when you get to this level in your life, you will too. My hope is that you do so as soon as possible. So again, when I saw the money video and I tapped into this new frequency, I felt like both were aligned. The video, it represents a lot when you think about what's going on in her life. You know what's going on in her life. I know what's going on in her life. And even then, we still do not know what's going on in her life. We know what has been exposed, and that's that. So let me just, state that. Second, I'm also going to state that I am not anti anybody. I love Cardi, Nicki, Rihanna. I love everybody. I will not choose, and that's just all I'm going to say. But we know Cardi just publicly announced her separation from her husband, and she's also asking for privacy. But while she's asking for that privacy, she's also strategically dropping some of the most powerful, potent music and messages of her life. And when I say this, I understand that there are going to be people who are like, why are you glorifying Cardi B? There's a whole lot of people you could have glorified. Why not Michelle Obama instead of, listen, everybody will have their time, and I can get my message across immediately with this Cardi B thing. So again, I told you I was a sexual manifester. And that I was sexual, but that I was also a manifesting generator. I just looked at that video, and I looked at Cardi B's life, and I looked at what I could see, not what I assumed to know. And I said, listen, she's a sexual manifesting generator like me. And I can break down not only how she's successful, but why she's successful, and how you can be just as successful without the drama, the BS, or the negativity. AKA not the extra negativity. I'm not going to sit here and go on and on and on about my opinions about somebody else's life. That's not of my frequency. That's not my ish. But I feel like she's also the best live case study of my best-selling bombshell branding program, and one of many other modern seductresses and beauties that I'll profile later on as I start to release more content, who own their feminine abundance and beauty so they can manifest a life of spiritual resonance that embodies the true feminine nature, which is being creative and spiritual and sexy by nature. So when we go through this case study, I want you to keep these things in mind, because these are things that when you see how she embodies them, you'll see how you can embody them. And if you have ideas, or you were thinking certain things and you felt like nobody would agree with you, but you hear something in here that resonates, it's confirmation. So here we go. Think about the words spiritual, sexual, sacred, seductive, strategic, sophisticated. These were the words that came to my mind when I saw this video. Again, at the time, there's a lot of controversy going on in Cardi B's life. Like, we know what it is. But regardless of it, she keeps redirecting our focus right back to dropping pure quality content. And that got me to thinking, people want to say, people say a lot of things, or have said a lot of things about Cardi B. And it's interesting because the more they say, the more successful she becomes. And instead of becoming extremely negative and nasty all of the time, Cardi always tries to redirect, and not everybody's perfect, so it doesn't happen all the time. But Cardi tries to redirect what's going on and says, hey, listen, a lot of people like me, but a lot of people don't like me. But regardless of whether or not you think I'm worth anything, why don't you go to God and say, listen, if she's not worth it and I know I am and I know I'm better, then do that. Do this thing. Get it done. And I agree with that. And from that perspective, I just grew into a lot of love with her. I was like, yo, this is dope. This is really dope because I honestly can't do too much of the gossipy stuff. When I was younger, I used to listen, this was a flaw of mine. I used to feel like if I knew what was going on in your life, I would literally be able to hold your hand and help you. And I wanted to bring everybody together and be helpful, but it ended up being a messy situation. And I realized, not everybody wants your help. And not everybody's going to be interested in help, and people have to invest in themselves. But I stepped away from gossip. I stepped away from things. I stepped away from a lot of people who don't want to elevate their lives. And when I look at how much has been thrown at Cardi recently, and then how she literally pulled it all and addressed it in his video and bounced back, I'm like, this is beautiful. And this honestly speaks to that wild, sexual, wanton, open, fierce, feminine goddess within all of us who's like, listen, I'm done hiding. I'm done with the garbage. I'm done with the drama, and I'm ready to be free. So let's talk about this video from a brand perspective and Cardi's energy from a brand perspective. Cardi B exudes what I call luxury energy. Now, like I said, I'm a brand strategist. I'm a very spiritual woman. I'm a very sexual woman. And I'm a copywriter. So when I say things, please understand. I understand how to use language to seduce, to persuade, to sell, to convince, to manipulate, to do a lot of things. I can liberate you or trap you within your own mind. And I didn't have to go to any certified NLP school to do that. It's just because I always have a natural grasp of language and energy and emotion. But I had to learn to uncover that. And I had to learn to step into that. And I had to learn to own it. And I had to learn to be unapologetic about it. And that's what I want for you. Because what I have realized in my journey through womanhood so far at 33.99 years old is that the biggest block we have is the block that we are not enough. And we are definitely told we're not enough to be compensated what we want to be compensated, or we're not enough to have what we want. Yet at the same time, if you're just like Cardi B or you're just like me, you're also told you're not enough and you're too much at the same time. You're a little too passionate. You're a little too aggressive. You're a little too angry. You are a little too focused. You're a little too ambitious. You're a little too a lot of things that honestly are your survival skills. You had to be this way to get your point across. Nobody was listening to you when you were trying to be pleasant about it. So what do you expect what do people expect of you when you've had to be 10 times what you felt was normal just to command a level of respect you thought was right for the level of compensation you desired or achievement you wanted? So when I speak, trust and believe, my growth as a woman has taken me beyond just brand strategy through complete life strategy, because I've been there and I've done that. So when I can see a way to relate something important to something that's amazing, I'm going to give it to you from that one, because I can't bite my tongue. I'll let God compensate me later. But you have to know that I'm coming from a foundation of an education. I have 2 master's degrees. I'm about to go get a bachelor's and go backwards and get a graphic design degree. But I have an internet marketing master's, a media design master's, management degree, and a liberal arts degree. Like, I'm educated when it comes to this stuff. I understand it. And then I also spent, in addition to almost $180,000 in student loans, I also spent thousands of dollars in training programs, letting other people who did not have my educational background or experience, or have my energy or understand my energy and my appeal, try to tell me that I was still not enough, when the truth was, and the truth is, and the truth has always been, I was born enough. I honestly got in my own damn way because I let other people tell me that I should not have had it as easy and effortless as I have had it sometimes. But that's not my problem anymore, because I've embraced myself, and I want you to embrace you too. And even if you have not had a glorious silver spoon in your mouth, you still deserve to be respected and loved and compensated and to be seen as a luxury. So when I talk about this, look, please know I'm not talking out the side of my ass. I pulled this shit out of a real book on luxury branding. So without further ado, luxury energy from a brand perspective. Cardi B is a luxury brand. I have had people try to argue me about not knowing what I was talking about with Cardi B being a luxury brand, but she's defying everything that people are thinking about luxury brands. When people think of luxury brands, they think of Range Rover, Neiman Marcus, Louis Vuitton. They think of expensive stuff. And I get it, because luxury items tend to be expensive. But you know what? Luxury is also uninhibited. It's unfiltered, it's unrefined, and it's unapologetic. It is naturally sourced from materials that are native to the culture and the environment from which a person is from, as well as the culture and environment they experience. Cardi B is Dominican, and she's Trinidadian, and she's from the Bronx, and she's from the hood. Literally, people are denigrating her value as a luxury item because of her background and the whole rags to riches situation. But here's the thing. She just spun shit into sugar, into pure platinum gold. She was Charlotte's motherfucking Web with the ice. And people are still like, oh, she's not luxury. Well then, what was more luxurious than that? That's a Cinderella tale, if you ask me. And instead of her needing necessarily a prince, she put herself on. And that's what we need to do. We need to stop playing and expecting other people or men or other women or our best friends, whoever it is we're looking at. Ain't nobody putting us on but ourselves and God. We need to turn within. And then when we turn within, we also have to own the fact that we are perfect imperfections. Yes, I am a Kevin Gates fan. It's crazy. He helped me manifest, but that was that's a whole other story for another day, the whole trap music manifestation, whatever. But, bro, ain't shit wrong with you, even if it's some shit with you. There's nothing wrong with you. And that's the thing about luxury. Luxury is fundamentally different from anything else. You cannot market luxury, because luxury is a culture, and you have to understand the culture of luxury to be able to understand it and to practice it with flair. Like, when people are not resonant with Cardi B's energy naturally, they can emulate it, but it won't be funny. You can't emulate originality. You cannot embody something that you cannot possess, that you do not have a natural flair for possession of. And the thing about it is Cardi B is not something you can manufacture. She's just pure, real, and unapologetic. She came in completely imperfect. She told y'all straight up, I had to get a bag and fix my teeth. I fixed it. She told y'all straight up, yeah, I had to go ahead and do this. Yeah, do this. Yeah, do that. And she's just like, listen, if I want to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. And if I say something, I'm going to be all the way honest with it. I don't have nothing to hide. That's luxury. And the thing about luxury that I want, you to understand is that you don't have to buy expensive things to be luxury. You don't have to wear a whole lot of crazy expensive stuff to be luxury. You can be luxury by basically understanding your value. Luxury never mentions its price. The price level is just simply known to all. Like, you don't walk into there's certain stores that you walk into and everything in there, it got commas on it, on the price tag. But better than to even ask. You either got the money or you don't. That's the kind of value that you have to have for yourself. That's the kind of level of energy Cardi B is growing to exude and to model. There's just certain things that she just has to just completely hey, listen, let me lock this down. I know my price. You also can't sell yourself out when you're a luxury. You cannot discount. There's a lot of stores that you go to and things are on sale. You can get it at a discount. You know what you really can't get stuff on a discount at, though? Tiffany's. When's the last time Tiffany had a sale? When's the last time, you know what I'm saying, you know, a place that you know, when's the last time Michael Jordan had a sale on his sneakers? Those sneakers never go on sale. You can't ever go on sale. You got to raise the price higher and higher and higher. And we get so triggered by that. But if we're going to embody being of value, we have to be willing to raise the price, because raising the price lets us and everybody else know I'm willing to protect myself, my time, my energy, my resources, and my potential legacy on this planet to a level where until you are genuinely invested, I'm genuinely focused on myself. And with all due respect, be blessed. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And the thing is that we judge the whole idea of a woman who is openly sexual, who made a come up being a stripper, who does not hold proper grammar, who has all of these things that people want to judge. And the truth is the energy of money does not respond to the respect of man. It's no respect of persons. It doesn't respect personal perspective and opinion. The energy of money responds to your ability to love yourself and to completely own your value and your ability to have the money that you want. And if there's anything a stripper has to do to be successful, it's to know she's worth every damn dollar that flies in the sky and in the air. Because if she wasn't, and if these guys could get cooch from anywhere, and it's anybody's cooch they could get, and everybody can see it, then why are you still showing up every night? And why are you wasting your energy talking to me? And they own their Cleopatra power, that sexual energy, that sacred seductress. And it's time that we as women, I don't care what color you are, it's time that we truly own that our sexual energy needs to take a step up. And that's the other thing I want to talk about, the sexual energy. Here we have a snapshot of Cardi breastfeeding. That is pure creative nurturing of life. That is Empress energy right there. But let's talk about sexual energy from a spiritual perspective. This is a very sexual video, a very feminine video with a lot of passion and fire and some masculine overtones of aggression and subtlety. But masculine and feminine energy is something that exists within all of us, some more than others and some in different ways than others. And what I mean by that is this: just because I was born with a vagina does not mean I'm a million times more feminine than any man on this planet. It may mean that I'm predisposed to it, but I can choose to be a very masculine woman right now, and that wouldn't change a thing except how my energy responded to the universe. And everybody's blueprint is different. I am a firm believer that sexual energy is creative energy, and you can use it to blow minds or destroy souls. You can do both at the same time, and maybe probably a lot more that we won't even cover right now. And when you learn to acknowledge, exercise, and master your sexual energy, you become a lot more purposeful and powerful, and you can literally make love and make money every single day. And anyone can learn to do this, and it's free, but are you willing to free yourself? Now, there's so many ways to learn about sexual energy. I'm not getting into it right now, but the video was complete, pure sexual energy. And one of the things I loved was that there were scenes where there was vulgar, sexy, lewd, raw, provocative, uninhibited, wild, hedonistic Cardi. And then there was this refined, elegant, luxurious British diva. You know what I'm saying? Like this super classy, upper echelon, affluent Cardi. And then there was also feminine Cardi who stripped nude and bare. There was so much femininity and nudity and luxury and appeal. And what I loved about this video was, there were titties. Yeah, there was ass. Yeah, there was money. Yeah, there was strippers. Yeah, there was sexuality. Yeah, there was boldness, but there was also vulnerability. There was also nurturing. There was scenes of motherhood. There were scenes of delicateness. There were scenes of just exposure. There was just, listen, this is who I am. And I'm not going to apologize for who I am. And I'm not going to apologize for anything that's going on. You want to talk about me? You want to put me on blast? Here I am. Put me on display here in this museum. Look at me. Let's hold it down on the Queen's Court. Let's get stuff done right now. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but at the end of the day, I got it. I'm still going to win. You knock me down 9 times, I'm going to get up 10. Like, what are you expecting? And I love that. You can learn to own your sexual energy from that spiritual perspective. And you get to learn it and own it and master it as you continue to completely own yourself. And we're going to get into that a little more. Then we're going to talk about the feminine energy from a strategic perspective. I'm a black woman. That means I'm a descendant of slaves. That means that there's trauma in my cells that tell me that earning money is not safe and that that's not something that can happen for me because that's what's been beaten into my people. So part of me embracing who I am is understanding that, learning how to free my emotional cellular energy and learning how to transform my mindset and whatever generational energies in my body is going to free me also. And another thing is that I'm a hard-working woman. A lot of women work hard, but I'm insanely hardworking. I have 4 degrees. I have 4 college degrees. And I'm about to go get a 5th, unapologetically so, because I'm like, listen, this is exactly what I need to do to focus. And I get it now. I understand it now. And because of that, I spent a lot of time in great fear that the worst thing I could do as a hardworking woman in this society was be dependent on a man. And I still feel like that's one of the worst things you can do, because I feel like every woman should have the power to completely financially make her own decisions and be her own boss. Anything else is just an enhancement or an extra. And if you happen to want a man who wants to spoil you, you can definitely manifest that, and I can show you how to do that too. But I also believe that the best way to manifest anything you want in life is to be a complete match for that which you want to receive. And a big lesson for that for me was, if I wanted a masculine man, I had to learn how to be more feminine. But I had a problem with the concept of being feminine. Like, I thought being feminine and being submissive were the same thing, and it was not. I can bend over in the bedroom all I want, but it wasn't going to help me manifest $10,000 if my energy was not in the right place. And when I looked at this video, I saw a whole lot of strong, wonderful feminine energy, because I tapped into the truth about feminine energy, and that feminine energy is not weak. Feminine is, the feminine energy is extremely powerful. Yes, men can also use and master feminine energy to become more successful. And that you can be sexy, and you can be beautiful, and you can be rich, and you can be light-skinned, and you can be dark-skinned, and you can be white, and you can be black, and you can be anything you want to be in this world. But just because you're all of those things, it does not automatically equate to feminine energy or being feminine. I also learned that you can be ugly as hell but have powerful feminine energy. I say this because there are people going to look at me and say, she's ugly as fuck and doesn't know what she's talking about. Listen, I accept that. I accept that I'm not everybody's type. I accept that I'm over 200 pounds. I accept that I wear a size 10. I accept that I have braces that need an implant in my tooth because I wasn't born with the tooth that was there. So that's why I needed it in the first place. I accept that I do not have like silky, shiny hair that looks like it came off of a Native American grandmother who rode in on a pale horse of transcendent Native American abundance, because I'm not any of those things. But guess what I am? I'm me. I'm feminine as hell. And my friends have all kinds of stories of men responding to my sexual feminine energy in crazy ways that people wouldn't imagine. And I've learned that just because somebody thinks I'm ugly does not mean that the next person ain't secretly trying to eat a cupcake out my ass. So I want you to feel the same way. And when you see this video and understand what a feminine energy is, you understand that it is completely attractive. Feminine energy is not I'm weak and I'm begging and I'm helpless and I'm defensive. True feminine energy at its purest form is, ooh, you see that apple over there on the table? That apple looks like it would feel so good. Crispity, crunchity, breaking down between my teeth and my mouth with its flavor, sliding all over my taste buds and nourishing me with whatever the hell vitamins and minerals apples nourish people with, because I don't really eat apples like that. I juice them. But you get my point, right? So my point is this, is like being able to desire something is feminine. Like we're supposed to be turned all the way on and erotically aroused and like, oh my God, like I want that, and just feel that joy and that desire and know that just because we want it, it's coming. And again, this is something that it's easier for women to tune into because we're socialized to be emotional, but we're not socialized to really own how to be emotional in a direction that actually transforms and transmutes your life. When you have a wet pussy and strong feminine energy and an intense level of desire, and you know your worth and you understand abundance is about how strategically you believe in the impossible as opposed to how strategically you believe in the ability to bust your ass for no money, your whole life changes. So again, the Divine Feminine Oracle says the essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. If you live an uninhibited life, one where you're spiritually tapped into yourself, source frequency, or God, and the universe created within and without, you have the ability to turn shit into gold at a very high level. Once you learn how to tap into yourself, no matter what happens, you'll always have a message for an audience that's aligned to your highest purpose. Those are the people you need to live for. And the easiest way to do that is to live for yourself. Go hard, but develop your spiritual energy, transmute the drama and the bullshit to something more strategically profitable with a better return on investment, and give extreme thanks and gratitude. When you're an uninhibited woman with an abundance of gratitude, like Cardi, she's always thanking God, pay attention. You are destined to become wildly successful no matter how flawed you are. It doesn't matter. Like nobody can take from you that which you do not allow them to take from you. That is what you do. You move with peace and presence and you align with God however God shows up in your life. If you don't believe in him or her or whatever you believe in, that's still your choice. Align with whatever you choose to align with. You could align with a damn plastic tree for all I care. Like, it's Christmas, nigga. Like, align is what I need you to do. Just align. Believe. And you will be successful. So here is what I determined to be the Cardi B Money strategy. And I know that it's her strategy or it's similar to her strategy because I really don't know. But if I were her, this is what I'd be doing because this is what I have interpreted her to be doing. I don't know her. That's all I'm going to say. I never met her in my life. So that's that. I want that to be clear. Not making up stuff. So kill the noise. All the distractions have to go, especially the dick distractions. Listen. As a woman, you have to be ready to kill anything that gets in your way. I had a man that I was in love with when I was married, and it wasn't working for me, and it became a distraction. There are so many times I loved men and just said, listen, honey, I love you to death, but I'm done. And I was told that I was heartless and cruel. And listen, I don't care. If I'm going places and you're not aligning and I can't get you to align, I'm not forcing you. And the worst thing that you can do when you're focused and actually doing something is to allow sex, let's just call it what it is, sex, and unchanneled emotions to get in your way. All of that energy is your pure sexual energy. Why are you destroying yourself by paying attention to something that is not trying to invest in you? So, there we go on that. Get clear on your desires unapologetically, even if it seems fucking impossible. Listen, I told you, I want to make $25,000 a week. You think that I believe it's possible when I first, did you think that I believed it was possible when I first said it? Yes, for other people, because I saw other people achieve it. And at the time, I didn't think it was possible for myself. Now I know exactly how it's possible for myself. I know exactly how to make $25,000 in an hour if that's what it took. I just have to continue to align myself with pure belief that that's exactly what's happened, like what I'm capable of. Another thing, humble yourself spiritually. We're fearfully and wonderfully made, but we're also completely at fault for what it is we choose to do with the lives we have. If you're going in circles, find your spiritual core. I can't tell you what yours is. That's for you to discover. But I implore you to chase something that makes you feel powerful, peaceful, and passionate with immense pleasure. You have to figure out what makes you feel peaceful and centers you to yourself and your soul. There are things that only you know the answers to, but until you get within yourself, you will never know where you fall and where you lie. When you hire somebody like me, I can only help you clear out the rubble, but the answers, the final answers, they're always yours. And any brand strategist or life coach or pastor or any leader who tells you that your final answer is wrong, at least without letting it be known where their true opinion is, like this is my opinion, but this is what I'm going to go with, you can't do that. Part of the reason I'm coming out now is because I got really tired of people who got bored at their 9-to-5s and decided they was going to take a weekend class and be a brand strategist. I became a brand strategist because I realized that hot pink and red and pretty women did not make women who were being cheated on when I had my first niche website feel good about themselves. And when I used darker colors like purple, suddenly it made sense. And light bulb. You have to invest in yourself. You have to know what you like. You have to be willing to just step into what you're doing and what you're willing to explore. I'm starting to ramble, but I'm trying to keep it focused because I didn't plan to do this. I planned to do this, but I plan to do some long scripts, and I'm done with scripting. I just need to get this out because I've been holding on to this for 3 years. I also want you to know that part of the strategy is to invest deeply in yourself and everything you're going for. I'm passionate about everything that I want. And because of that, I can't stop my goal if I wanted to. I'm relentless. You need to be relentless because that's what happens when you tune in on your soul frequency. You get urges like the one I have right now that compel you to channel your sexual desire and your interest and your energy and your thoughts and your intellectual capacity into things you wouldn't have otherwise found the energy to do. And then you also need to address your flaws while in the process of improvement. Believe that you're a perfect imperfection. You don't need to be snatched first. You don't need to be flawless and perfect. Everyone is a work in progress, and the people you look up to are only showing you your potential. You're only getting it wrong if you think that your individuality must be sculpted off the basis of theirs. A lot of people have to disappear, cut off their friends, make new friends, or move to, I had to move from New York City to Dallas, Texas, and I had nobody around me for almost 5 years. And that's how I just had to really rebuild myself from the environment that I was in. And it was one of the hardest but best decisions I'd ever made. And I invested blood, sweat, tears, money, and a lot into the lessons that I have. But this is what I become as a result of that. And learning how to transmute those painful lessons has been everything for me. Now, I also want you to move in continued silence and love. You have no right to discuss something you haven't done yet. It also makes you lack credibility, and it gets people in your business. And the one thing that you can mess up with your manifestation is telling people that you intend to do something and telling so many people that you give enough people energy to either doubt what you're doing or to intend for you to fuck up and fail so that you can't get it done. Become more accountable to things you do that get in your own way. Invest in paying off bills, working on your credit, developing your money energy, and having strong boundaries that make it safe and allow you to be feminine. And invest in love and miracles over hate. Even if it's a tough call, you'll soon see what you're creating when you put that energy to use for you. Listen, there's a lot of people that I should curse out. There's a lot of people that I should put on blast. There's a lot of people who probably want to put me on blast. It is what it is. I'm not perfect. I never will say that I am. I'll just say that I'm only trying my damnedest. And I'm not perfect. But I want you to focus on really putting all of your energy into calling back all of your power. All of this negative stuff that goes on in the world, you don't have to be a part of it, no matter how alluring it is. You can just be free, make your coin, and go about your business. That being said, here's my tiny little commercial break. Sorry, I had to drink something. So, if you want to learn how to just kind of dive into yourself and your energy, check out mycells.com. I'm kind of transitioning my website and trying to figure out if I want to go to Squarespace, do WordPress, or do something different. But for right now, I have digital products on here. I have bombshell branding, which basically helps you tap into your own inner Cardi B or whatever your goddess frequency is. I have EFTs to help you release your emotional energy issues around having a toxic mother, being in toxic relationships, which is the fuckboy energy detox. And no, I'm not talking bad about men on there. I actually love men. To quit smoking, cock worship, to quit your job, and also the crowd pleaser head games, which shows you how to manifest sexiness through oral sex with your lover. So if you're looking to support me and you really love what I'm doing, please consider making a purchase that can help you really improve your life. That's all I really want, is to help you improve your life and be on your highest sexual frequency. And speaking of high sexual frequency, here's the fun part. So here are some ways to raise your wealth frequency and embody the sexual goddess energy that you saw in Cardi B's Money video. I want you to give endlessly without need. When you give endlessly without need, you activate wealth and abundance, because the universe can see that you're actively being a good steward of what it is you are presented with, and it will continue to bless you. Embrace divine timing. You might have wanted something yesterday, 2 years ago, or last lifetime, but there's a reason why you have it right here, right now, or are truly ready right here, right now. Commit to love and let your soul evolve. There is a lot of negativity in the world, and the more we embrace love, as crazy as it sounds, the more focused, controlled, and at peace we are. Don't fall for the drama. Be the love that doesn't leave yourself. We are constantly looking for ways to be so lovable that a man can't leave us. But it does not matter how beautiful, rich, abundant, pretty, attractive, magnetic. Listen, somebody who is not meant for you is not going to be with you no matter what you do. So the best thing you can do is allow yourself to be at peace, true peace with yourself, so that you're centered no matter who comes, who stays, and who goes. Embrace that, embody that. You are a goddess. And embrace playfulness as a spiritual power. Laughter leads to light. Cardi B loves to laugh. I love to laugh. I know you love to laugh. Laugh. Even if you have the worst thing going on in your life, laughter helps you transform what feels like an impossible situation. Lighten the load. There are no medals in heaven for suffering. I don't get it. Release all that doesn't serve you ruthlessly. If you are fighting to try to make something work and you can't make it work, let it go. It hurts. Sometimes it hurts like hell, but you have to let it go because you deserve more. Be the truth of who you are. Step into the true power of who you are. Who are you really? It's a lot of energy to pretend to be something that you're not. So the most important thing you can do right now is just agree to release the mask, rip off the mask, tear off the mask. Your face is glorious. Let the drama go. Be yourself and be willing to transform. Be willing to transform yourself, your thoughts, your mind. your spiritual outlook, your energetic outlook, your diet, whatever it takes, be willing to transform to step into your highest frequency. You will know it's right by the way you feel. That is all I have to say. If you want to pay somebody to tell you what that should feel like, that's fine. There are containers for that. It's called coaching. I do that. Other people do that. But if you are truly self-guided at this point in your life, and I hope that many of you are, you'll realize that all you need to do is trust yourself. You don't have to pay other people to make decisions that you already know to be true. There are other people who truly need the help, and if you don't need it, then don't get it. I don't care what anybody says. So, we're still going. Party's not over. I can't believe I have this much to say. But I'm going to go into the Goddess Energy 30-Day EFT Challenge, #sexy, focused, ambitious. So EFT, or the Emotional Freedom Technique, it's kind of like energy transformation meets acupuncture. You basically tap pressure points or meridians on your body as you recode the body with affirmations. I love EFT because I didn't believe that it worked, and I didn't believe that I had any cellular energy blocks. And then I tried a specific EFT by a guy named David Childerley called Attract Unexpected Income. And when I did, I immediately opened my email and had gotten paid for a client consult that I did not expect. It took a while for me to get used to it, and I don't do it every single day, but I do it mostly every single day. And sometimes I'll do it for straight hours if I'm really stressed. But I learned that I can actually play with EFT a whole lot more as a copywriter and a romance writer. Now let me explain. EFT is basically you cleaning out your energy and reprogramming your energy with new belief systems and new thoughts in your cells. So as you're speaking these words into existence and programming them into your reality, you actually have the power to sculpt what you want to achieve in fine detail. And after watching EFT for a while and making sure there weren't any official certifications, I actually started doing some private client work with EFT after doing it on myself. And I started getting results. I've had people tell me that my EFTs have helped them do things like release negative energy in relationships, realize that they needed to move on from a relationship, meet new lovers, attract a high frequency man, learn to become more proactive about being an entrepreneur. And then I started experiencing the results when I started creating custom EFT sessions for my clients. So I'm going to guide you through an EFT. You can come back every day for 30 days, which is, it sounds crazy, right? But just fuck with your kid for a minute, all right? So I want you to take a deep breath. And if you know what EFT is, I'm so glad. But let's just go ahead and do this. So we'll take a deep breath. And then basically tap, do what's called the karate chop. Take your fingertips and tap the side of the hand between the wrists and like where the pinky is. Adjust it to like whatever feels good to you. If I'm tapping in the wrong direction, you'll get the point. Look at it. Look it up on YouTube because I'm doing a lot right now. And think about what's going on in your life. Think about everything that you want to release. Think about everything that you want to transmute and transform. And whenever you're ready, well, you got to be ready. You really ain't got no choice. But right now, what we're going to do is I'm going to say the words. You're going to think along with me. You can say them along with me, or you can just listen to me talk. And when I say transition or eyebrow, wherever, I'll let you know where to go. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to tap in some goddess energy. We're going to reprogram your life with some rich, sensuous goddess energy that's going to help awaken you to your highest potential. And once you know what your highest potential is, you will fearlessly move in the direction of your dreams. So with the karate chop, we're going to take another deep breath. And I'm going to let you know right now, I am miraculous. And my prayers create powerful channels of possibility. And I want you to repeat after me. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. Tap the eyebrow. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists through me. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists through me. Tap the side of the eye. I trust in my soul's divine timing. I choose the life that I desire to live. I trust in my soul's divine timing. I choose the life that I desire to live. Under the eye, I am my authentic self in all circumstances. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Take a deep breath. Under the nose, I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. I am infinitely free to be myself and explore my potential. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. I am infinitely free to be myself and explore my potential. Move to the chin. Sexual energy is sacred. I am the author of my own story. My pleasure is a prayer that manifests sexiness in my life. Sexual energy is sacred. I am the author of my own story. My pleasure is a prayer that manifests sexiness in my life. Collar. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. I choose to feel abundant. I know I'm wealthy. And that's because wealth is an inside job. When I feel wealthy on the inside, I have the ability to be wealthy in my physical plane. Let's tap the underarm. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of miracles intuitively designed by me and for me. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of miracles intuitively designed by me and for me. Tap the crown. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. I am spiritually and financially wealthy. I provide heaven and earth for myself. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. I am spiritually and financially wealthy. I provide heaven and earth for myself. Take a deep breath. Stop tapping. I hope you feel better. Remember to drink water, rest, breathe, and if you actually felt some movement in your body, congratulations, you've got some movement going. Now, if you enjoyed what I did and you want to manifest sexiness into your life, I just want to let you know that I do have space for a couple of 90-day coaching clients. These private coaching clients will get VIP treatment for 90 days as we re-strategize their sex appeal from beginning to end, from guts to skin, and from every area of their business that needs a little bit of a sexual rehaul. If you're interested in retooling your sexual energy or learning how to sexually transmute, having a private VIP day or anything like that, hit me up. I will give you contact information because I do have some days available and I do have some special rates for those who qualify. Now, in closing, I want to give you an interpretation of the Divine Feminine Oracle. I want you to to promise yourself, to give yourself the best that life has to offer. Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, you have the ability to accomplish it. And you have the ability to own your frequency. And my dream, my desire is to make you come into your highest sexual frequency so you can have a life of feminine abundance, attraction, love, and just anything you want to have, because anything genuinely is possible. So, whenever you need to, I want you to remember to say to yourself, I am married to my own soul. I am peace. When the mind is clear, the way is clear. I know the path of love is true abundance, and as my own guru, I transmute my experiences for the highest, most abundant, sexy, focused, ambitious, and sacredly, wildly successful life possible. Now, if you want to get in contact with me, you can email me, lauren@laurendahl.com. I do VIP retreats. I do private coaching. I have digital courses. I am getting ready to put together a couple of other offers, and I am open to some private clients for private VIP days and VIP weekends. And for those of you who do have an interest or a niche within the cannabis industry, I do have some brand development events going on for officially licensed industry women in California. You can definitely tune in to me on that. I have an Instagram account, but I can promise you I'm probably not going to be super active on there for a while because I'm really trying to get focused with getting this new energy out into the world and doing what it is that God has me to do, and just really allowing what's meant to me, what's meant to come to me. And right now I was just told that my focus has to be making sure that I step into that frequency. So thank you for your time. I hope that this helped you really own your energy and your potential, and I hope it helped you really see Cardi B in a different light. I love Cardi. Like I said, I feel like she's original, and she has the power to manifest because she believes in herself, and I want you to believe in yourself. And she and everybody else who is successful keep saying the same thing. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hard work, but if you believe in yourself, anything's possible. So one more thing, sorry, before you go, we're going to do the Oath of Manifestation. I got this from Michael Bernard Beckwith. I found it on the internet. I claim no copyright. I'm saying that now, but just place this over your heart, and we'll close off with this prayer. I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in my life and the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation and Russian. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. God bless you. Merry Christmas. See you on the other side.